Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, there's an update on THF Bayzoo's new arrest. As some of you may or may not know already, it came out last week, Thursday, May 12, 2022, that OTF affiliate THF Bayzoo was arrested for allegedly having 3 fully automatic weapons along with switches in Chicago. Now, a lot of people were wondering how, why, what, everything. But what it says for Bayzoo, period, because he's also involved in the Atlanta shooting case along with Lil Durk and King Von, rest in peace. Now, following THF Bayzoo being arrested, right after the feds raided O Block for the second time, everyone began raising an eyebrow, right? Now, also what we learned today was that it wasn't only Bayzoo that was caught up, but THF Chubbs also was arrested along with Zoo and is being charged with the same exact thing, but just not as many charges as Bayzoo. Now, shout out to Chicago Hits for updating us on this case and also displaying what they're actually being charged for and alerting us that Bayzoo is also being held for a warrant he has out of state. Alright, now if you were like us and confused as to how they were caught and what led to them to being arrested, I'll explain right now. But first, let's start off with their charges. Now, THF Bayzoo is being charged with the following charges. He got 2 counts of unauthorized use of a weapon by a felon, weapon possession in the 2nd degree, 1 count of possession of a laser sight, ACC, firearm silencer, muffler, 1 count of high cap, mag, and metal piercing bullets in which the sale and possession is prohibited, 1 count of fugitive from justice and out-of-state warrant. Alright, now that was THF Bayzoo's. Now, Chubbs is being charged with 1 count of aggravated unauthorized use of a weapon loaded and on his persons, no FCC, FOID. Now, the FCC is an acronym for Firearm Concealed Carry Act, which amends the existing firearm owner's identification card, which is the FOID Act, and extends the right to carry firearms to public places. The new law allows individuals to obtain a license and carry loaded and concealed firearms in public and store them in their vehicles. Alright, and he was also charged with 1 count of possession of a laser sight, ACC, firearm silencer, muffler. Now, first and foremost, like I stated earlier, I think Zoo is pretty much done when it comes to this case. He's facing very serious charges. He's already fighting the case he has along with Durk and Von, and he has an out-of-state warrant for something else. Alright, so it's safe to say that he's definitely doing some type of time. He has high capacity penetrating bullets and a silencer. So off the rip, it looks as if he was ready to go to war. The DA is going to say that maybe they were getting ready to go on a drill and they're going to try to play the whole role as if they stopped them and whatever. And whether he was or not, right? That's what it looks like. So that's the narrative that they're going to try to paint. And it's going to be very, very, very hard for him try to defend himself, because you got to explain the silencer. What are you doing with a silencer? The only time you have a silencer is when you pretty much know you're going to do something and you have a motive. And if you know anything about the law, right, they don't play when it comes to silencers. They take silencers very, very, very serious. I don't know where y'all are, but usually if you're caught with a silencer during the commission of a crime, that can hold up to 25 to 30 years off the rip. Now, I'm unsure how much time you'll get for just possessing, but a person with Bayzoo's type of background, they're not going to take this very lightly with him at all. Alright, but let's get into what actually happened. Now, according to reports, right, THF members Bayzoo and Chubbs were caught by surveillance cameras on 43rd and Lake Park Ave loading weapons into a vehicle. Police shortly arrived to the scene and arrested them both. Zoo also had an out-of-state warrant and was later transported out of Cook County, and it's unclear where he was taken to. Alright, and more updates will be coming soon. Now, I hate to be the conspiracy guy that y'all love to call me, but like I've stated in previous videos, right, Zoo been around the block too many times. He hung with the best of them. Y'all know that Zoo been a part of the drill culture for the longest. He just been behind the scenes and also been arrested a couple times and all that, right? I don't know too much about Chubbs, but when it comes to Zoo, he strikes me as someone who is very, very street smart and savvy. So I find it very hard to believe that he'll be foolish enough to load weapons into a vehicle right in front of a street surveillance camera. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Now, I'm not saying it didn't happen. It just strikes me in a weird, awkward way to believe that Zoo would go out bad like that. And a question I have is, how long was they there loading these weapons? How long was they there loading those weapons in which it gave the police enough times to report? Because, you know, first of all, just because you do something in front of those surveillance cameras don't necessarily mean that the cops is going to come right away. It don't happen like that all the time. You know, sometimes if you're fortunate, something happens and go down, and I guess they catch it however they catch it. I don't know if somebody's watching and they call the police, or the police is just watching on the surveillance. Who knows? But it takes them a minute usually to come. So were they already like watching Zoo because of his warrant? I don't know. But like I said, I find it kind of strange that they managed to be on the scene that quick from the street surveillance camera. Something isn't adding up, because if they were that quick, I highly doubt all these killings that's going on back and forth in Chicago, it wouldn't be happening if these officers reported to every shot that ring off or drill that go down just like that. So how was they able to report to these guys so fast to where they caught them in the commission of transporting guns from wherever it was to their vehicle? So many questions, man. And next, here's the thing. Where was Zoo transported to? Where's his out-of-state warrant at? You see what I'm saying? We got to make sure that we stay updated on this case, because I have a strange feeling, and mark my words, that now that King Von is gone and Bayzoo is locked up, which those two happen to be on the same case as Dirk, let's see how they treat this case that included Dirk, Von, and Bayzoo. Let's see how they treat it, because I got a strange feeling that suddenly we're going to start hearing about it after we haven't heard about it in forever. But with these two gone, watch we start hearing about it. All of a sudden they might try to paint Dirk as being a good guy, because coincidentally two of the guys who was on the case is gone. You got one that's fighting other cases that's similar to the one that they're being charged with. Then you got the other one that lost his life due to street violence or whatever the case may be. You know how these lawyers play, man. So let's see. I find it kind of strange, but this is the update on Bayzoo. As more stuff start to hit the surface or whatever, I'm gonna update you guys and keep y'all updated on what's going on. So make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'm gonna keep on dropping. And I'm out.